Hello and hi guys. Today we are discussing a problem in yet another video called problem name is product sum, comes under recursion. We'll read the problem, discuss the problem on whiteboard, and then try to solve it, write some Java code for it. So write a function that takes in a special array, returns a product sum. The special array is a non-empty array that contains either integers or special arrays. Okay, the product or sum of a special array is the sum of its elements where special array inside it are summed themselves and then multiplied by their level of depth. So level of how far nested it is. For instance, the depth of this one is 1, the depth of the inner array is 2, and the depth of the inner array here is 3. Okay, let's take an example and see how this works. Okay, so the inner array is what here? 5, 2, 7, minus 1, comma 3, 6, minus 13, comma 8, 4. Okay, so it says that the depth of this is 1, depth of this would be 2, and depth for this one would be 3, right? So let me take depth of this. This is depth for this one, then would be what? 1. For this one, depth would be what? 2. This one is depth is 2. This one depth is 3. Okay, so 5 plus 2 and then plus depth into what? 7 plus minus 1, right? Plus 3, okay, plus 2 into 6, 6 plus 3 into minus 13 plus 8, 3 into plus 4. Okay, so let's solve this. 5 plus 2 is 7, plus 7 minus 1 is 6, so 2 into 6, okay, plus 3 plus 2 plus 3 into minus 5 plus 4. So 7 plus 12 plus 3 plus 2 into 3 into minus 5, that's 6 plus minus 15 plus 4. So 7 plus 12 plus 3, what would that be? That would be 22 plus 2 into 6 plus 4, 10 plus minus 15. So 10 plus minus 15 would be minus 5. 2 into minus 5 would be what? Minus of 10. And this is what? 22. 22 minus 10 would be equal to what? 12. So 12 is your answer. This is how we solve the problem. Now let's discuss the complexity of this problem. To discuss the complexity, this problem, the input is given as a list of objects. Okay. So for every time, every entity inside the list is an object. So we have to basically iterate over each object and solve the problem. So your time complexity goes O of n, and your space complexity would be in this case list of objects, right? And I don't think we are using any data structure to store anything, right? We're just going to be solving that like a mathematical equation. So your space complexity would be of 1. Okay, let's write code for this and see how it goes. Editor. Okay, so I've created just the input, and I'll show you when I run the program once. So for now, I'm gonna just remove the error. I'm gonna do return -1. Okay, and let me show you the array. So you see, this first object is 5, second value is 2. Then there's an object that has two members in it, 7 and -1, 3. And the fourth one is an object which contains 3, 6, 4, and there are this another inner loop, -13 and 8 in it. Okay. So what we're gonna do is so we have a list of object, right? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take for basically object in array for object in array. If which is instance of integer, instance of right integer, also which is an instance of list. If it's an instance of list, just send it back to the product, call the method again, and say instead of list, to just pass this object. Okay. And if it's an integer, then you do sum is equal to sum plus sum is equal to sum plus object. An integer. Okay. Now sum is what? Sum is and sum is equal to 0. Product sum is object. Okay. And here what would happen is sum is equal to sum plus product sum of object. Okay. Else if obj is instance of list. Why can't you find obj? Oh, yeah. Obj has to be converted. One second. object converted to a list of object. Now here I need to add degree into whatever comes back from, if sum comes back, then I need to add degree multiplied by this, right? So I'm gonna do int level. Okay, I have this value here, level equal to 1. So I'm gonna just do outside I have level equal to 1, so I can just do the level plus plus. Okay, and then level minus minus. Okay, so I took an object of this as an object convert object as an instead of list. Increase my level to 2. This level I'm increasing because what would happen, level 1 is the outside parenthesis. When it goes that, so this increases the depth, and then if it goes inside the recursive call, that means, it's another object which is parenthesis inside a parenthesis, and that object has a higher degree. So this object, whatever it is, has a degree of 1. When it goes inside, it would have a degree 2. And recursive call, when happens inside this call, if there's a recursive call, again, it will come down here, it will increase the level and then go inside. And every time it comes out of that recursive call, it will decrease the level. Okay, so, and then whatever I get at the end, sum that I get, that we return. Okay, so let's try this example once. I'll just make sure first my example is working correctly and then I'll explain. 21. Doesn't seem to be working right. What did I do wrong? Sum is equal to some plus integer. Sum is equal to 0. Let me check what I did wrong. So let's run this program again. Sorry, the object is 5. So, okay, so my sum becomes what? 5. Next object, 5 plus 2. Okay. And then there's a, so level increases, goes inside. Now my array is what? What was the array that we went? 7 and minus 1, so should be 6. So this one would be 6. And then 6. Okay, so here's a problem. 6 plus sum. So I didn't multiply it by the level. Mm, Level into function sum. Okay. Okay. So we have the program. Let me make sure I'm doing it right. Yeah, the answer is true. So I think now it's correct. Okay, so this is how you would solve the problem. Now, if you see, we're only using one for loop for the, so the time complexity of this one would be O of n, and we are not using any extra space. I'm not storing any variables or anything anywhere. So stress complexity would be O of 1. And that's the end of the program or the video. I'll see you guys in next video. Thank you.